So we've just created our new group for our Little League, and now we need to add some players. To do this, we either import a CSV file or we manually enter players. Let's look at importing first. It's really simple. The first step is to create a spreadsheet, which you probably already have. Now the spreadsheet just needs to follow these guidelines. In the first column, first name, then last name, ID, grade, age, comments, and then the parent name and phone and email. Then you'll save your spreadsheet as a CSV file. This is a comma delimited file. Then you'll come back here and load up your players. Then you'll have a chance to review all your players, make any edits before importing them into this system. Let's jump over to our spreadsheet application. This could be Microsoft Excel, OpenOffice, or any other similar program. And if you can see here, we have first name, last name, ID, grade, age, comments, parent name, phone number, and email. The first row needs to be a header row, just like the one we have here. Your columns also need to be in this order. First name and last name are the only mandatory columns. If you don't have or don't want to use any of the other columns, just leave them blank. You can import as many players as you like. When you're done and ready to import, go to the Save As option. Select Text CSV File and save your file. Now we can return to the Online Draft Add Players page and click on the Browse button. Now find the file we just created, and it's the CSV file. And if I click on that file and open it into our system, you'll see that all the players are automatically added to the page. Now from here you can make further edits as needed. You can change the name, grade, any of the columns, add comments, and you can even delete players that shouldn't be imported into the system. And before I import these players, I'll delete a few. And if I just click on the delete button, they're removed from the page and they won't be included in the import. Now at the bottom of the page, I'll click on the Add Players button, and this will import all of these players into our system. With those players imported, let's take a look at the other option of adding players into the online draft system. We can manually enter players as well. Select how many players we wish to enter, and then we'll enter the relevant data: first name, last name, an ID, grade, age, comments, and then the parent name and contact information. And remember, the only mandatory columns here are first name and last name. Once I've entered this data, I'll click on Add Players, and these players will be added to the system as well. To view and manage the players we've added into our system, go to the Players tab and select View and Manage. Use the left column to filter your players. You can change the status of any player in the far right column. Here I'm assigning this player to Dan Norris. This can be done before or after the draft. You can also edit the details for any player. Click on the pencil icon and make any changes that are needed. For example, we'll change the name and other information. And then we'll click on Save Changes, and now changes have been applied for this player. You can sort by first name, last name, or ID, and again, in the left-hand column, you can filter by the status or by coach. The filter by coach is especially important. Once the draft is complete, each coach can return to this page, filter by their name, and get their roster. If you import contact information for the parents, each coach now has everything they need to get started with their team.